Alright, and so in the last video we went and got all the links. We're going to make sure to return all these raw hrefs so we can actually utilize those in our main file. So in git links, be sure to return the hrefs, and in instabot, I'm just going to console log the hrefs real quick. Node instabot.js, pull that up. Instabot.js. Where am I getting this issue? There we go. I went and ran through this earlier, figured out that I had that issue. I went through and went back to record this. So go through, you can see, boom, all of our hrefs all set up. Fantastic. And we're going to want to make a new file called likephoto.js. Then hit it with the module.exports is equal to an async function. And what we're going to need is the page and the photo URL. And then we're going to await page.goTo photo URL. Now I'm just going to select one of these. I'm going to select the first one. If you control click, as you can see with the little tooltip there, you can open it up. And this is what we're going to be using. And we're going to be wanting to like this photo. So we go through. You can see that this has an ARIA label of unlike when it's liked, and an ARIA label of like when it's unliked. And that's what we're going to be using to select. So we've already done page.click. So we're going to be selecting the element, which is an SVG, and we're going to want to find the SVG that has the data attribute of aria-label. It's equal to like. And then just return. And something that you'll find and run into issues with is if you don't wrap this in a try catch. If the photo is liked already and it has the ARIA attribute of like, then it'll throw an error and it'll tank the program that you have running. So you want to have a try catch. I'm just going to console log something that says like photo failed. Just so in the console we know that like photo was failed. We're going to do like photo tried. And then if it did like, we're going to do like photo success. Now let's come in here. Const like photo is equal to require.slash like photo. And this is the array that we pulled out. So we're just going to pull out one photo or one photo URL. So we're just going to name this photo URL. Doesn't really matter. We're going to be deleting this later. Hrefs not 9, 0. Pull the first element from the array and then await like photo page photo URL. Now let's give this a run, see if it works. If we run into any errors, we'll go and debug those. Pretty sure I didn't miss any awaits here. Await, yep. So we grab all the URLs. Looks like I have a error pop up in the console here. href is not defined. So let's go through instabot on 28. Hrefs. Haha. That'll do it. Be sure to double check the small things like that. It's a little bit frustrating going through and having issues like that pop out. Definitely autocomplete is always your friend. Use autocomplete as often as you can. You can see we tried to like it, and it liked the photo. That's why we got the success message. So now let's make one that will just like all of the photos. Like all photos.js. Module.exports is equal to an async function. We're going to pass in the page and hrefs. Hrefs, let's not make that mistake again. And we're going to do a for loop. I ran into quite a few issues trying to do the promise.all for each. I found a for loop works pretty well. Href of hrefs. That'll pull out each individual element of the hrefs array. Await, like photo, page, and href. Because remember, it doesn't need to be called like photo or photo URL. We just need it to be called, or just have it be an attribute that we can actually select to. And as you can see, my VS Code auto-imported like photo. Be sure to auto-import that, or not auto-import it, but be sure to import it so then this function call actually makes sense to the program that you're writing. And we're going to go through here, try that out, and then import like, I'm just going to edit this nice and dirty, like all photos. To select multiple lines, if you hold Alt and you click wherever on the screen, you can create a ton of different things that you can type at the same time. And then from this, await like all photos. We're going to pass in page, and we're passing hrefs. Now, let's see if anything was forgotten. Going through, navigating, logging in. Navigating to the page to scrape, scraping out the photos, liking the photo, and boom, we got a Instagram like bot going on. As you can see, I've ran this before on this page. Let's go to another page. Let's see if web dev simplified. Yep, this is some information here. So let's just go through and like all of this guy's photos. So we're going to just swap out the username to scrape instead of CDA Spiderman, webdev.simplified, run the bot. It'll go through a login, go to the page, scrape all the hrefs, and you should be all good. And it looks like it's double clicking here. I could roll over to my browser, has this on here. You can see that it's actually going through and liking all the photos. Even if it does a little like weird double bounce, it is liking all of them. And yeah, the last thing that you want to do is close the browser window. So await browser.close. Let me double check that is the function. Yes, it is. Perfect. So now after all of that is done, let's find another page. Let's do Kevin Powell. kevinpowell.co. Perfect. If you haven't checked out this guy's videos, he does some great CSS stuff. I am a big fan. Really smart guy here. Let's run the bot again. Go like all of his photos. And it should close the browser window once it's done. Perfect. Go through, like everything. And if you wanted this to just run on a, like, without opening a window, if you're running this on a server, if you're web scraping, whatever's going on, if you wanted someone to input their username, you'll go through and like all their photos. You can, obviously set this as a variable that can be changed and set this headless to true. I believe by default it's true, but that will just make it so that this browser window doesn't pop up. And boom, it's closed. Everything is all good, all set up, and yeah, there is your Instagram bot. Go do whatever you may like with it. Have a good one.